This yard is what sold me. Before we get into that, let me show you this. So something a lot of you guys may or may not know about me is the fact that I actually have a family and a lot more going on in my life than just building things. And this is my wife, Sarah. She's a babe, I know. And this is Duke. Duke has anxiety. He must be sitting next to me at all times. But I wanted to take you guys on a little story because you probably clicked on this video wondering what the hell is going on. Sarah has no idea that I'm doing this to her. We met at a bar in 2018. We met at a bar in 2018 and we got engaged 14 months after we met.
Yeah, true.
I thought the timing was off.
I don't know.
So we got engaged 14 months after we met.
No, 16.
16?
Yeah.
16 months after we met. This is going great.
I'm just being myself.
Yeah. 16 months after we met, we got engaged at the Washington Monument in Washington, D.C.
The Lincoln Monument.
No, it was the Washington Monument. It was the pool in front of the Washington Monument next to the Lincoln Memorial. It's between them. But I was so nervous, I almost threw the engagement ring in the infinity pool. But I knew the moment I met her that she was the one. And our lives have been like warp speed since then. We got married 9 months after getting engaged. And if you guys were following along, you will remember that I tore our house to pieces right up until the day before the wedding. It made for a very, very nice and relaxing time before our wedding. I know that the timing most of us put into our DIY projects is never the best. So once Sarah got pregnant with our daughter, I thought it'd be a great idea to just tear the kitchen out and completely replace that.
No, you did the kitchen right after Annie was born.
No, I started it when you were pregnant.
No, you didn't.
I definitely started. No, I did.
No.
I have video proof.
I bet you.
Cue the footage. So, for those of you that don't know, Annie has arrived. Hence why we had to put this project on pause for a few more weeks. Because I tried to get the kitchen done before Annie came, and we finished it after she arrived.
Yeah, her first bath was in that old sink.
We started the renovation.
No, her first bath was in that old sink.
Potato.
I remember.
So pregnancy, baby, kitchen remodel. And a lot of you might have found the channel while we were doing that. Our daughter continued to grow because that's what kids do. And we eventually
Imagine that.
ran out of space in that house. So welcome to our new house. To get here though has been a little rough. The 2020 housing market was absurd. I think we offered on like 6 or 7 homes. In that time, we also found the building that the business is in now that all of you are probably familiar with. We were holding in limbo both the building and the home process. And while trying to find a house, we eventually, after losing 6, 7 offers, something like that, we found a neighborhood that we really liked that had a lot and decided to start building. So took that off the plate, or so we thought. Fast forward about 10 months, and a month before we were set to move in, the builder called and the foundation on the house cracked. And they were doing their thing to fix it and whatnot, but we just decided that
Not for us.
not for us. We didn't want to buy the house anymore. So we pulled our money out and hit the housing market once again. So we get back to trying to find more homes, and the housing markets continued to explode. We lose out on 4 more offers. It felt like 400. You know, morale's low. We're trying to get into the area because 3 months I've been commuting to the new building. Our daughter's in daycare where we were supposed to be living. We've got all these little life problems popping up. And Sarah finds a listing on Facebook for this house. So we jump on it, literally hop in the car, like the minute we see it on Facebook, drive up here, talk to the homeowner, absolutely love the house, and end up putting in an offer that evening. The only contingency or weird thing that was going on with the offering process was that the owners needed to stay in the house for 4 more months until their next house was done. April, we closed on the home. We end up becoming landlords until what ends up being August 1st, where we finally moved in to our new humble abode.
The end.
The end. And just because we're in a new house doesn't mean that there's not going to be new projects. And I think, to her surprise, I have a lot in store for what I think is gonna be a lot of fun in the new place. So let's check it out. So this is the living room, and you can see we've got a bunch of remnants of projects that you may or may not be familiar with from the channel. That's my wife making noise in the background because she's never in videos and doesn't realize that that's not cool. Bye-bye. She's gotta go get the baby. But if you've been following for like, I'm talking years, old project. This was a Facebook project, right? So one of the projects that I want to tackle first is going to be the dining table. Something important to me and Sarah is family time, right? If you follow me on Instagram, you'll see me making pizzas and us having parties all the time. My father-in-law loves pizza. My mom and dad both love big family gatherings, and it's important to us to have somewhere to do so. I'd like to do something round, and I think we want to do something a bit more ridiculous. And I don't know if Sarah's into that, but I'm definitely am. So I ordered a burl from Gobi Walnut, and we're gonna do a huge round epoxy burl table, mostly to just eat pizza at, but it's gonna be awesome. So our old furniture doesn't fit great in this room, and I don't really know what we're gonna do with it. So eventually I do think I'm gonna come up with some sort of a living room set of furniture that I may even launch as a line. It's something that I've wanted to do for years. And if you'd be interested in seeing that, you should leave a comment down below, because it would be something that I would want to be available for you guys as well. Those are two very normal necessity type projects. Now we're gonna get into a little bit of the things that John wants projects potentially. Sarah actually paid her way through law school by bartending on nights and weekends. She hates liquor and wine bottles on the counter, and I gotta be honest, they do look a little bit tacky. So what I'm thinking in here is we need to do 2 liquor cabinets that has some bottles in it. We have a bunch of glassware and some stuff in there. I'd love to hear what you guys would do and how you would go about solving this problem, because all the shelving over here is open and it's really low, and my fat ass doesn't want to bend over to grab bottles, as well as my daughter. You know, we don't want her getting into those. The cool idea in this room that Sarah came up with is a dartboard cabinet on this wall. Now don't mind the deer. I don't know where he needs to go, but he needs to go somewhere, and I'm fighting hard for it. But the dartboard cabinet, I think if we did something that's like, you know, classy and looks good, but then also facilitates having a good time and giving me an opportunity to take money from my friends, there's another project that we might get into. So I mentioned that Sarah's an attorney and she works super hard. Something that I love to do is build projects for her, and I've done a few in the past.
I think I know what this is. Oh my God, I love it.
No, he bought
I
an
love
idea.
it. Oh, wow. Oh, wow, that looks so nice.
And something I want to do in this house is build her an office. Unfortunately, we're using the spare bedroom for a fitness room, but I definitely have an idea for a way to still give her an office in the basement. Check it out. And I'm thinking this corner over here is going to be perfect for a little desk setup. We'll do a custom desk that fits into the corner there with somewhere for her printer, some shelving for some books, because we have a ton of books, somewhere where these two idiots won't do that, but more or less just a space designated in the house for work. Whether she's using it or I'm using it, I think she deserves it, and I think it'd be a great surprise. And I doubt she's even gonna watch this. Well, she's in it, so she might actually watch this one. But if you got any good ideas, let me know. All right, so this is probably the coolest part of the house. We've got this awesome covered porch, but come here. This yard is what sold me and was something that my wife and I dreamed about, mostly so these two idiots could run around, but also so my daughter could have somewhere to play and for us to do projects. She's not looking forward to these as much, but before we get into that, let me show you this. We've got this little deck off the back here, and I think it's the perfect spot for an outdoor kitchen. Somewhere to put a grill and a pizza oven. Like I said before, our family loves making pizza. I love making pizza. And if you love making pizza, let me know, because I think I want to build a pizza oven to go next to my gas grill and maybe my Kamado. Bring Old Blue in here, just have an all-out cooking fest. I think that would be a good use for this part of the outdoor space. So something I know most of you are gonna love is this treehouse. Now, this was built by one of the Nelson Treehouse guys who is related to the family that built the house. I haven't been on here yet, but it's still in awesome shape and it's pretty cool. I think it's gonna be sweet when my daughter gets a little bit older, and with a little freshening up, could be the most badass thing you've ever seen. The only problem with it is that it's a little bit overgrown and I really don't fit, so I can't be up here with her while she's playing on it. This top part here, I don't fit up the ladder, but oh, you have a little lookout, which is awesome. I think we could do some upgrades. I don't know. It's got a good foundation, which I think would be a good start for some stuff. The only way down though is the twirly slide. So let's go. Chubby guy in a little slide. Oh boy. Oh boy. This is not going well. Oh boy. Oh, I lost 30 pounds recently and still that sucked. Whew. So the treehouse is probably one of the coolest things. And I really love the idea of a playhouse for Annie as well. So the treehouse is a little bit older and I think I can make something that's like one of those like really cool, overbuilt and ridiculous playhouses for her. If you've seen any of those that are awesome, let me know, because I think it would be like the perfect father-daughter project. 9 years he's waited for this. Somewhat a happy guy. He knows the camera's on him. Who's that? Who's that? Come here. Come here. Who's got these little piggies in? Oh, are you hungry, fussy bear? Oh, give me a kissy. That's Tyler. Say hi.
Say hi.
Say hi. We're looking at your treehouse. Okay, you're hungry. Go with mommy. Babies. Okay, I've got one more thing to show you, and I think this is where most of you guys can relate. She comes with a 3-car garage. So I know most of you get confined to the garage with your hobbies, as most of us deserve to be. Making dust and dirt and doing all the stuff that we like to do, the garage fits that. My truck doesn't fit in this garage, or it barely does, but I am going to sacrifice my truck being outside so I can have a gym. Excuse the mess, we just moved in. But over here next to this pile of boxes and trash is where I think would be an awesome home gym setup. Most of you probably know that I played in the NFL and fitness and working out was a big part of my life. I recently completed 75 hard, lost about 30 pounds, and I'm really looking forward to taking that into the next phase. If you're into that and you're into home gyms, I wanna know what would be in your ideal home gym and what sort of project you'd like to see me do in it. If you enjoyed this video, hit it with a thumbs up. Make sure you're subscribed if you want to see all the projects that we're going to be doing. I appreciate you guys. I love you guys. I wouldn't be here without you. And I'm so grateful for each and every one of you that watch these videos. If you want to see more home stuff, here's a playlist for you right here.